Добрый день, дорогие зрители, добрый день, дорогие участники трансляции, онлайн-трансляции. Добрый день, дорогие жители
Good afternoon,
Индонезии,
dear
жители всех
viewers.
других стран,
Good afternoon,
кто
dear
присутствует
participants
сегодня
of
на
this
нашем
online
мероприятии.
broadcasting.
Меня зовут Семенов
Good
Сергей,
afternoon,
я
dear
являюсь
citizens of
руководителем
Indonesia
компании
and of all
Solar
the
Group,
other
и
countries
сегодняшнее
that are
мероприятие
present today at
посвящено
our event.
открытию 12
My name is Sergei Semyonov.
национального
I am
представительства
head of the
в мире,
company Solar
которое мы
Group,
официально проводим,
and
но в
today's
этот раз
event
в
is devoted
онлайн-формате,
to
немного для нас
opening the
новом.
12th national
Но из-за реалий
representative
современного
office
мира
in the
заставляет
world,
нас
which we
подстраиваться, и
usually
заранее
organize
мы
officially,
национальное
but today
представительство
it
открываем
is a new
вживую,
format. It's
с
an
живым
online format
форматом
of
участия. Это была
opening
большая
this
конференция. Мы бы приехали
representation office. But we have
в
to
вашу
adapt
страну,
to new
собрали бы большой
reality.
зал.
We used to
Но
open
сейчас я надеюсь, что эту трансляцию
representation
увидят еще
offices
больше
in
зрителей,
person.
нежели
So
были в
normally we
онлайне,
would now come to your country. There would be a lot of
примерно
people in
30
the
стран
hall. But I
будет
hope
посвящена
that now
нашему
even more people will
национальному
see this
лидеру Лауре, которая
event
собрала,
than
по сути,
people in the
представительство
offline
всей
format
страны
would
не
see. It will take
передачей
about
официального
3
статуса.
hours. It will be devoted to our
И
national leader,
представитель
Laura,
на официальном
who actually kind of
Мы
put
сегодня
together
расскажем
this
немного о том,
representation
чем мы
office in
занимаемся,
Indonesia,
чем это
and
может
we
быть
want to
полезно
present
вам.
her at the official
Ну, эта
level
информация
and
может
to give her the
изменить
official status.
судьбы многих
Today we will
людей,
speak
сделать их
about what we
лучше.
do,
Мы расскажем о
how
том,
it can
как
be
вы
useful to
можете в
you,
этом во всем принять участие.
why this information
Почему
can
сотни
change
тысяч людей
destinies
по
of
всему
many
миру,
people
более
and
чем в 100
make
странах
life better.
уже сотрудничают с
Laura
нами.
will tell
И
you how you
всё
can
это
participate in
интересно,
all of
посмотрим,
it
как
and
это
why
всё
thousands
развивается.
of people from more than 100 countries in the
В нашей
world
компании
are
я
already
отвечаю
cooperating
за
with us
финансовый
and
сектор,
why they
я
do it
отвечаю за
and why it's so
финансирование тех
viral.
разработок и тех проектов,
In
которые мы
our company,
создаем.
I'm responsible for the
Чем же
financial
мы
sector and
занимаемся?
I'm responsible
Почему
for
сотни тысяч
financing
людей
of
поддерживают
developments
нас
and
по
of
всему миру?
projects
Почему
that we
идея,
create.
которую мы транслируем,
What do we do then? Why do hundreds of thousands of people support us all over the world? Why does the idea that we broadcast, why is it international? Why is it living? We will speak about this in this presentation. As I have already said, I represent the company Solar Group that finances different projects via uniting big numbers of people. The so-called crowdfunding or crowd investing that we do. And we are leaders in the direction we are working in, and this allows many people to unite. In general, the idea of uniting people is common for many different things, but there can be different scales of that. Some people unite in families, some people unite in enterprises, some people unite in bigger numbers. What we proposed was to unite hundreds of thousands of people in order to realize, to implement really world-scale projects. Thus, we realized several projects already, and the project we are working on now is Duyunov's Motors. That is actually coming to an end now, but it does not mean that we will not have any other projects, and our partner network is ever growing. The first area is that we unite people in order to realize their goals and objectives in the commercial sphere and in the sphere of technologies, green technologies, and healthy planet. The second area of our work is realization of projects that do good to the world, that preserve ecology, that reduce pollution of the environment, and so on. The project that we are working on now is from this area. My colleagues will speak more in a more detailed way about it in the further parts of this presentation. Today I want to say that the company's mission, the mission of Solar Group, is uniting of a big number of people in order to realize ecological projects that will help save our planet and will help to preserve it clean, green, and will make all participants of the project prosperous and will let them them have revenue at the stage of its realization and at the stage of its completion. We are currently at the stage of opening national representation office. What does it mean? In Indonesia, there is a strong leader that for the last several years has been proving that this leader can reach results. Several years ago, Indonesia, by the volume of money, was only on place 80 in our rating. In the volume of money, by the volume of money. Today, thanks to Laura and her team, Indonesia went up to the 4th place all over the world. This is a phenomenal result of her team, of herself. She herself translated all the materials. She has found herself our company. She has loved the idea, and she started to unite like-minded people around her. Today, Laura's team that followed her comprises more than 1,000 people. They are just ordinary people, individuals who supported the idea. We could not notice such great results, and today's event is devoted to officially presenting Laura as the national partner in Indonesia. I want to say that Asian countries show incredible results for us. Everyone thinks that more economically developed countries would do better, but in reality, everything which is about ecology, healthy lifestyle, preservation of the world in its healthy state, all of that is better reacted to in Asian countries, and everything is done more professionally, and this trend is of great joy for us. We know that in Asian countries there are also ecological problems in cities. We know that our technologies, our products solve these problems. We know that in capitals there is smog, despite the fact that people usually use two-wheel vehicles. Still, they all use fuel that emits different harmful products, and all of this harms environment. It's hard to breathe, people are in a bad mood, they sleep badly. By bringing our products on the market, we understand that we can solve all these problems. We can create an enterprises that can solve these problems. We can create enterprises that can bring profit to ordinary people. We understand that today each person, and we want to bring home this idea, absolutely anyone with any revenue can now change the situation. They can influence the situation. They can become part of the project in a comfortable for them sphere, in a convenient sphere, in a convenient way, and help what these people think as a good cause to be promoted. I'm very happy that we are opening officially Indonesia. I wish you exciting next 3 hours. I wish you understand your role in this process, how you can participate, and I'm sure that ideas, thoughts and senses, meanings that will be broadcast at today's presentation will leave you interested, will not leave you indifferent, and I wish you a very good time.
Semoga semua dalam keadaan sehat ya. Yang lagi nonton saat ini, terima kasih banyak buat
Hello everyone, my friends. I hope that you're all in good health today. Those who are watching us today, thank you so much for your time and attention during this event. Right now, without any further delay, I want to introduce myself. My name is Laura Guinta. I am the national representative of Solo Group in Indonesia. And I would like to express my deep gratitude to all Indonesian investors who, until now, have been showing trust to the company Solo Group, continuing to invest in this company. In 2018, I got acquainted with Solar Group. It happened on the 22nd of October. At that time, I decided to invest in this company. First, I thought that this company had created a motor for motorcycles, because I'm not an engineer, and at that time, I naively thought that there were some special investments in production of motorcycles. Then, with time, I got really curious to know more about this company. What exactly had they created? Because the news that they were publishing, as well as the existing official documents, were hinting at the fact that it was something bigger than just a mechanism that could be installed only on motorcycles. It was clear that it was something much bigger than a thing made for motorcycles. Maybe it is now happening with all of you. Maybe it happens to people at the start when people have just heard about this company. They start wondering, what exactly does this company do? Besides, as there are differences between the Russian language and the others, and as we have a very limited number of translations, we get information quite slowly. I mean, information which is published in all the news. Then I decided to go more deeply in the subject, and finally I could understand something bigger. Now I understand, and I am aware that I am on the right path, because it is quite an unusual company. The company that produces this electric motor has very big opportunities, because it has a very broad market, as this induction electric motor is not only used in one particular field, but almost in all fields. This equipment is necessary, and it has been proving its high demand in the whole world. This electric motor, which was renewed thanks to the combination of windings star and delta, known as electric motor Slavyanka, is an ecologically clean technology which can help decrease emissions in atmosphere, as it has classes of energy efficiency IE3, IE4 and many others. That is why those of you who have invested in this company will not regret that, because currently the company has received a lot of requests for work. And on the 15th of October 2020, permission was given to construct Innovation Center Sovelmash, and this is the beginning of a new period for us. The more quickly it will be developed, the more quickly we will get closer to financial freedom, because the companies will start working and producing. Remember that this electric motor is used in different areas. Of course, thanks to the advantages of energy efficiency IE3 and IE4, many companies that work in the industrial sector want this electric motor to be used in their plants, because it will be very profitable in terms of costs. In fact, it's just an example from one field, but this is a very promising possibility for business and for us investors. Besides, Mr. Duyunov in 2014 created a controller, which is known as a separate winding, where each part can be controlled independently, one from another. And this is really good. If it is implemented in the world of aviation, then if a motor does not work properly, or if it is damaged, then controllers will be used to land planes in an emergency situation. Without our knowing it, we ourselves are now users of electric motors or induction motors, such as washing machine, ventilators, water pumps, hair dryers, electric drills, and many other things. Just imagine, if all of that was using Slavyanka technology, it would be obvious that from the viewpoint of electric energy consumption, that would be really effective, because in this case we would be able to spend our money on other things, for example on our children's education and on other day-to-day needs. Besides, we will get dividends in the amount of 49.5% from this company, where distribution of profit between shareholders is one of the principles. That is why those of you who have a small number of shares buy more, and those who haven't yet bought any shares, you still have time to buy some shares. As the company gets profit from development of just one thing, or it gets profit from working on just one request, the price fluctuates up to $50 million US dollars, while for the last 3 years we have been looking for money in the amount of 50 million US dollars to construct this innovation center. Just imagine comparison, 3 years of looking for money, which equals just one piece of work which is to be done, and it has covered immediately all the investment needs for the last 3 years. And now the company finally has started the process of construction this innovation center. This is really unusual. If this innovation center is completed and will be working, then we investors will get profits straight away. A very quick process, isn't it? And believe me that together with Solar Group, thanks to that, you will get a big profit. Apart from dividends, you will be able to get profit from IPO with the initial price of $1 per share. But of course, I will never recommend selling your shares during IPO, because just by receiving dividends, it is already your asset, which the cost of which will just grow. So, dear friends, enjoy the price of dividends that we will continue to get when our children and our grandchildren are born. That is great. And those of you who want to get some income first, the company Solar Group is also planning to open an internal exchange. When will that happen? Well, to be sure, let's wait for official news from the company, okay? Besides, as you know already, you can also get the bonus of stage immediately without waiting for internal exchange, dividends or IPO, because Solar Group has partners program for all investors who want to share information about advantages of Solar Group with many people. Because if more and more people buy shares of this company, the more quickly development of innovation center will be completed, and we will get our profit more quickly too. So let's support together this partners program and get a bonus from Solar Group. Friends, it's much better to receive profit from a real company that play in HYIP in the street and incur losses. That is why, just looking at some of the facts I have mentioned, I hope that all who take part in this event understand it very well and will grab this opportunity straight away. And I want to express my deep gratitude to Solar Group that has trusted me, and I hope that I will do this work well. And finally, I hope that I will get support from all my friends investors. I am no one without all of you. Let's go ahead together and support each other. Of course, we will achieve success together with Solar Group. Let's achieve our financial freedom. I wish all of you good luck. Goodbye.
Друзья, всем привет! Приветствую всех жителей Индонезии и поздравляю вас с открытием национального представительства проекта двигателей Дуйнова в вашем регионе.
Hello everyone, hello friends. I'm welcoming all inhabitants of Indonesia, and I congratulate you on opening a national representation office in your region. I'm happy that you are with us today in this presentation. You will learn in a very detailed way what Duyanov's Motors project is that Solar Group company supports today, and I hope that after that you will join our big community. My name is Pavel Filipov. I'm head of advertisement and public relations of Solar Group company, and I will lead today's webinar for you. If you have questions as my presentation goes along, please write in the chat, and then in the section questions and answers we will answer all the questions. First of all, I want to tell you what our investment project is, Duyanov's Motors. This project is a project to promote technology of combined windings Slavyanka on the international market. Today, this technology allows the team of Dmitry Duyanov to design electric motors of a new generation, which are used in very different areas: electric transport industry, agriculture, aviation, military domain, home appliances, and so on. I think it is more difficult to say where it is not used. to do business based on this technology. So our aim is a construction of an innovation center which will be called Solar Marsh, and within this project Dimitri's team will design different motors for different clients, and so they will gain money on that. I will speak in a more detailed way about how it works. Of course, investment is needed for that, so within our project we attract such investment by crowd investing, when money is attracted from an unlimited number of small and medium investors, which means that any of you can invest, and actually can invest a sum which seems reasonable to you, and you can be part of this innovative business. So, what is this technology of combined winding Slavyanka? I guess you understand what an electric motor is. Today, it's not possible to imagine people's life without such motors. They're used everywhere: electro transport, industry, agriculture, military domain, aviation. And we need to know that 80% of all electric motors in the world are induction electric motors. Induction motors are the simplest, the most reliable, and the most accessible electric machine which can be used in different areas. That is why it is so popular and in such a demand. Induction motors, it's the area where an engineer, developer, Dmitry Duyunov, made a breakthrough. If we look at the construction of the electric motor, we will see that an induction motor has windings which are performed by two classical methods, either star or delta. Dmitry Duyunov managed to combine both windings within one motor, both star and delta. They were combined in one motor in parallel, and such a winding was called combined winding Slavyanka. And it made Duyunov's motors stand out among all the competitors on the market. So, what are the advantages of motors when we use the technology of combined winding Slavyanka? The first advantage is saving electric energy. A motor with combined windings saves up to 40% of energy. This is quite a significant number, which could be achieved both in testing and in practice. The second advantage is cost. Such motors use up to 30% less of copper and electric steel. So, having the same amount of raw material, we can make not 3 classical motors but 4 motors with combined windings. Another thing, so there is something which is called service factor, and usually it's 1.2, 1.3. Combined winding motors have a service factor of 2.5, which is twice as big. It means that combined winding motors can work longer and they will not break. They can also have more overload, and nothing will happen to them either. There are other engineering details, and if you are interested in that, you can read about them in our official sources. I only mentioned the basic characteristics. And one more important fact about combined winding technology. And here we will speak about the big mission of the project, performed and realized by the technology. You know that on the planet we live on, there are a lot of ecological problems, and today people exploit our planet a lot, and all of it influences and impacts the world we live in, and it worsens the ecological situation in the world. Of course, a lot of things influence the fact that ecology goes worse and worse. And we need to know that one of the worst factors which impacts deterioration of ecological situation is uncontrolled production of electric energy. And things such as pollution of water, air, soil, climate change that we feel ourselves today, a huge contribution is done here by production of electric power. And motors are consumers, the things that consume electric power. And we could think that we could use less electric powers, but it's not possible because it will just stop progress on Earth. That is why the only area where it is good to go in to correct the situation is production of motors which consume less energy but which do as much useful work or even more. To control such a situation, a scale of motor efficiency was elaborated, where E1 and E2 are minimal energy consumption and E3 and E4 are maximal consumption. Both motors today have E1, E2 consumption class, which influences badly our planet. The motors that Dmitry Duyunov's team are creating today solves this problem. And they have efficiency class E3, E4, that is maximal energy preservation class, which shows that these motors are super energy efficient and they are motors of a new generation. It's not just a motto, it's a fact proven both in testing and in practice. Many other companies today are trying to create such motors because people understand that it is not possible to be slowly killing our planet. Sometime it will have to stop. But today, no other company in the world has managed to create motors with E3, E4 energy efficiency classes that would be as accessible, as cheap in production, and as compact as Dmitry Duyunov's team has managed to do, and no one has even come close to their results today. The company that will be able to offer the world cheap, accessible electric motors of a new generation with E3, E4 class, they will become new leaders on the market of electric motors. And of course, Dmitry Duyunov's team is doing all possible to make it possible. When you join the project, remember that you don't just gain money by taking part in a profitable business, but you also improve radically ecology in the whole world. Of course, questions may arise now. How can you prove what you have been saying? There are a lot of proofs, and let's start with scientific base, with the theoretical base. The first thing is patents that were received for this technology. There are more than 20 of them. You can look at them on our official website and you can check their validity in official sources. The second thing is research that was carried out within the technology of combined windings. There were different studies. They were carried out in different companies, in governments, in universities of different countries. For example, in Belgorod University in Russia, also in Düsseldorf and Bologna universities in Europe, and in Bangkok University in Asia. What does that research show? First of all, they all prove efficiency of the technology of combined windings and everything that Dmitry Duyunov has spoken about many times. Secondly, as this research was carried out in different parts of our world, we can be absolutely sure that they are not biased and that such testing can be trusted. Almost or absolutely all research is found in official sources. We cannot say that the technology has a final version if there is no huge wide practical experience of using it. That is why Dmitry Duyunov's team has been working on that as well. The first thing that was done was creation of an area of licensed winders. So they are people who have a license to commercially use the technology of combined winding Slavyanka, and they provided services to repair electric motors for their clients. When they were repairing motors for their clients, they were not just offering them to change windings. They provided them to replace it with combined windings, and they could earn money on that. Clients received engines, motors of a new generation, and they gave some of the profit as a license fee. It is important to mention here that Dmitry Duyunov's team cannot only do innovations but also earn on their innovations, which they showed in this special kind of branch of licensed winders. Today in the whole world there are about 100 such licensed winders, and in their years of work they have managed to modernize and they have installed this double winding on tens of thousands of induction engines, and they have shown that the technology of combined windings is effective on all types of induction motors, and they have proven it in practice. So, saying whether this technology is working or not is just irrelevant. It is working, and it is proven by people who have been earning money for a long time on that. Of course, in order to promote the technology, for ordinary people to speak about that, not only engineers, it is important to create something visible, something understandable for any person. That is why the company has started to create prototype models, and success was achieved in electric transport. Different motors were created for electric transport with combined winding. Let's speak about this. First of all, it's one of the most famous motors. This is a motor wheel, Duyunov's motor wheel. You might have heard about that. And such popularity is quite understandable. This is the first induction electric motor in the form of wheel. All the other motors that you could see are made on the basis of different technologies. Usually it's BLDC technology. What is the drawback of these technologies? First of all, BLDC has some drawbacks in its construction. In BLDC motors, there are the so-called permanent magnets, and these permanent magnets contain rare earth metals. Rare earth metals are mineral resources which are extracted in China only. China holds a monopoly on this market. Every year it increases prices, which influences the final cost. And also China prohibited exporting rare earths from the country. Now, in order to buy these motors, if you are working in this domain, either you buy ready-made motors in China or you build a plant in China. No local production in Indonesia, for example, is not possible in this case. Moreover, it all influences accessibility of this motor and its final price. Dependence from a concrete country and from a concrete region usually ends quite badly, because when you only have one supplier, when something happens to your supplier, then your business collapses as well. So this is not safe at the very least. That is why more and more companies and people look at Duyunov's technology. It does not have these drawbacks, and components are quite cheap, which are extracted in different countries, and you can organize production anywhere, in Indonesia, in Europe, in any place. And this is quite cheap and very light, quite accessible. Of course, it's not enough for something to be cheap. There are also other criteria, for example, reliability. And as we have already said, induction motors are the most reliable in the world, and motor wheel is not an exception. It's much more reliable than what Chinese do today. Another thing is capacity, power of this motor. Let's take two motor wheels, which will look the same. One will be of Chinese origin, BLDC, and the other one will be Duyunov's one. They will look alike, but the Chinese motor wheels capacity will be 2.53 kilowatts, and at the same time, Duyunov's motor's capacity will be 20 kilowatt. So you see the difference. It's quite significant. Several motor wheels have been already created, a whole range. Motor wheel for electric bicycle, electric scooter, and for electric cars, which broadens possibilities for this type. And even two-wheel transport will be enough to earn good money on that. But speaking of electric car market, it also increases the potential of this technology. I have only been talking about one motor, but I want to remind you that today Dmitry Duyunov has tens and hundreds of different motors of different types, including those created from scratch. We could continue talking about electric cars. Let's think about Renault Twizy, Renault Kangoo. They are electric cars where combined winding motor was installed. They are not motor wheels. They have proven to be very effective. Renault Twizy, for example, we showed it, we put it on display in our conferences, and people could drive those cars and see for themselves what it was. There were a lot of electric cars. You can also find all of that on our official website. Getting to the next topic, for example, public electric transport, we will see that there was a very interesting prototype model. Such motors were installed in a trolleybus, and after that, such a trolleybus became not only more dynamic but also more economical than its precursor. Thus, we achieved two goals here. Another interesting prototype model was created on the basis of an electric locomotive. It's a vehicle which carries cargoes in shafts, and before our motor was installed, it could pull 5 wagons, and after installation of the motor, 5 turned into 11. Of course, there are a lot more such prototypes, and they were not only developments in electric transport domain. You can have a look at it in a more detailed way on our website. Today, you can test motors with combined windings yourself. Today, thanks to our partner Viktor Aristov, we have organized a batch production, serial production of such motors. 5 types are produced. You can buy them, you can install them on your vehicle, or you can buy the vehicle itself, an electric bicycle, an electric car, and then just use this technology in practice, and you can see for yourself how effective it is for electric transport in particular. So please use it. It's a very interesting area. So, in 15 minutes, I've told you in a couple of words what technology of combined windings is and what Dmitry Duyunov managed to achieve. Of course, in reality, this work was going on for many years. For the first time, this technology was successfully used in 1995. And since that time, active work has been going on. Patents, then practical usage, electric transport, and electric motors of industrial usage. And Dmitry Duyunov's team has been doing all of it using its own money, engaging in commercial activities related to the motors, and they continue to improve the technology. But at some point, it became clear that no further checking was necessary. That technology already proved to be successful. It was a ready-made technology to be used in on an industrial scale. A lot of potential clients appeared that were ready to command this or that motor from Dmitry Duyunov for their purposes. However, Dmitry Duyunov could not fulfill those orders because he did not have enough equipment, not enough people, not enough resources. That is how we got an idea to create an enterprise, the so-called Innovative Center. This is an enterprise where such work would become possible, where Dmitry would be able to develop motors for different clients from different walks of life. Of course, to create such a business, you need investment. And first, Dmitry went to speak to large investors, banks, different foundations, to realize his project. But it was not possible to come to an agreement, not because they did not want to give money to Dmitry. No. Dmitry Duyunov did not want to take the money under the conditions he was offered. When projects are at their initial stage, especially such projects which are related to technologies, no investor wants to take risks. That is why, as a rule, they just offer to buy the company from the developer. That means to take 80 or 90% of the company, buy the technology, and maybe leave the developer as a CEO or manager. But actually, you, as a developer, you do not possess your company anymore, and the company you sold it to can do what they want with it. Dmitry did not want that. He did not want to sell his technology, and at that moment, after failing efforts to come to an agreement, Dmitry Duyunov met people from Solar Group, which I belong to as well. And we talked about conditions, how to attract investment for this project. And as you know, the scheme of financing was found, and today it is actively used. I am speaking about scheme of attracting investment with crowd investing, via crowd investing. And we proposed to Dmitry Duyunov to get all the necessary investment with this tool. This tool is actively used everywhere in the world. There are a lot of different projects that attract investment this way, and all Dmitry needed here was just to believe in this idea, to believe that it was possible. And as for Solar Group, it was necessary to create all the necessary infrastructure for this work to be made. Back office, legal contracts and agreements, ability to receive investment all over the world, to create quite a big team, and to be able to explain to people why this technology was really worth engaging with. We see today that Solar Group and Dmitry Duyunov have had a very fruitful cooperation, and today we see that the project is developing very actively. So let's speak about what is being now created within the project, what this enterprise, the Innovation Center, will be doing, and how, most importantly, you can take part in it and earn money together with this project. As I have said already, within this project, Duyunov's Motors, a center, an innovative center is being created. It will be called Sovelmash. It is an enterprise where Dmitry's team will be able to design different motors for different clients. I want to make a little precision here. This is not a plant to produce any particular motors. This innovation center has a much broader scope of work. Of course, they will produce different motors, but the main income will come from development of motors for concrete users, clients, on their demand. Let's look at example. For example, a producer of electric transport wants to launch a new model of an electric car. Of course, he or she needs an effective modern electric motor for that new car. They will address some company for this electric motor to be developed, because today producers rarely develop transmitters or electric motors. or ignition boxes. Today, even the mobile telephone that you are using, it may be Samsung or Apple, but if you look at the components, you will see that not all the telephone was made by Apple, because for example, screens are made by Samsung, chips are made by Intel for Apple, cameras are made by a third company, but when they assemble it, it is made by Apple. And today companies address experts for them to do some particular work for them. And so automobile producer will address a company that will produce effective electric motors. And Sovelmash's advantage here will be that it will be able to, I'm just giving an example, it may not necessarily be an automobile producer, so they can develop an electric motor for the same money as competitors, but it will be an electric motor of a new generation which will be much more effective than what other companies can develop today. So our potential client, for example, an automobile producer, chooses Sovelmash because this is the most reasonable choice in this case. They come to Sovelmash, they give a technical task to the company, what the electric motor should look like. They give that technical task, technical specification, what size, what capacity the motor should have. The company Sovelmash develops the necessary motor, the needed motor, and learns how to produce it in series. Then they teach the client that, they give them all the documents for the motor, and after that the client, using its own capacities, produces the necessary number of electric motors that were developed, created by Sovelmash company. And I will tell you what, to develop motors is much more profitable than producing them in a serious way. Plants need a lot of time to reach the break-even point. As for us, even if we have one client, one command, it allows to reach the break-even point for all the investment that investors bring today to make the project be realized. Development of one motor costs about $50 million. Sums can be different. It all depends on difficulty. It may be 20 or 100 million just for one motor. They are real market conditions. The most interesting thing here is that marginality here is up to 70%, which is not possible to reach when you just produce, when you have serial production of motors. That is why I'm saying that motor development is the most profitable area. Of course, it's interesting to do such business. It's not only interesting to do this business, but it's also interesting to take part in it as an investor. This business is very profitable indeed. And today you have this opportunity. Let's speak about your participation, how each of you can take part in this project and become a co-owner of the business I have been talking about, and how you can get part of the profit. Today, thanks to the method of investment we are using, crowd investing, absolutely anyone can take part in the project, anyone from any country in the world. Thanks to a very small, minimal investment, this project is indeed a popular one, and it is accessible to everyone. Everyone who will invest in the project Duyunov's Motors gets the so-called investment shares. All your investment is protected legally. You get a contract, you get appendices for the contract, and you get a certificate which says how many investment shares you possess. Moreover, you can get these documents either in the back office electronically or in paper, in hard copy, ordering delivery by mail, by post. Then, okay, what shall you do with it? What will you do with it? After financing of the project is over, your investment shares will be exchanged for real shares of the company Sovelmash.
Соответственно,
Today, the company Sovelmash has not yet issued stocks, shares. It will only be done after the end of financing. So your investment shares will be exchanged for Sovelmash stock, and you will become a fully fledged co-owner of the Innovation Center Sovelmash, which does development of the most effective motors of a new generation in the world. And thanks to that, you will get profit. I think that it is getting clear for you that how you can get profit when you have shares, stock of a particular company. There are two ways to gain money here. The first one is to sell your stock at a more expensive price than what you bought them with. The second way is to get dividends. Dividends are part of the profit that a company gets that will be distributed among all investors. I think that this is quite clear. Let's speak about the two ways in a more detailed way. So, the first way, how by investing today you will be able to resell your share more expensively in the future. Today, investing in our project, you buy a share in the company with a big discount. We sell a share in the company with a big discount because we understand that all people who invest today, they run risks as investors. And for your risks to be justified, we buy you at a cheaper price something that will be much more expensive in the future. You should also take into account that you can buy investment shares not just one by one, not just two or three. We sell investment shares in investment packages. It is also important to take this into account. What is an investment package? It is a set of shares in each investment. So each investment package has a different price and it has a different number of investment shares. The bigger package you buy, the more investment shares there are in this package, and the cheaper one share is if we calculate it for the total sum of the package. What does the price of shares and of the package depend on? On two factors. The first one is the size of this investment package. The second one is the time when you invest in the project. Our project is divided into 20 investment stages. At each stage, the company solves some important strategic tasks that promote the project and that make it closer to the end of financing and to the realization of the project. So when we transfer from stage to stage, there are less and less risks. There are 20 stages. And those who invested at stage 1 had the biggest discount, and it's clear why, because they had the biggest risk. At stage 1 there were a lot of uncertainties, a lot of risks. At stage 5 the risks were much smaller. That is why the price for shares was bigger, that is, the discount was smaller. Now it is stage 14. Of course, at stage 14 the discount is smaller than at stage 1. On the other hand, at stage 14 a lot of work has been done, much more work, and the investors who invest today have a clear understanding that the project will be finished and that there are no factors that could prevent that. That is why today you can invest in the project under the conditions of stage 14. You can read the conditions in the back office. At stage 14 today you have specific conditions, but as soon as it will be transferred to stage 15, investment conditions will be changed for the worse. That is why, of course, if you have learned about the project today, it is more profitable to invest at stage 14 to have better investment conditions, the best that there are for today. There will not be better conditions. Please be careful about that. Stage 14 for you is the best moment to enter the project. You can buy investment shares in your back office. You can read how many shares you will get while choosing different investment packages, and you can make a decision which package is of interest to you. It is impossible to remember that you do not have to buy the whole investment package. For example, you want to buy an investment package for $2,000, and you don't have this sum now. In this case, you can buy the investment package using an installment plan. Installment plan allows you to pay $100 for 20 months. So in 20 months you will pay for the whole package, which costs $2,000. What is the advantage here? First of all, you don't have to pay $2,000 straight away. You can pay it gradually, $100 each month. Also, the conditions which were relevant when you started paying, you will preserve these conditions. So it's much more profitable than to save $2,000 and then pay it. Because while you are saving, we will arrive at stage 15 or 16, or the project may finish altogether, and you will just not have time to take part in it. That is why you can start using your installment plan, which means that you will be able to pay for the whole package. It will be allowed despite changing conditions. So initial conditions will be preserved. Maybe you may have some questions, and I want to remind you that you can always write to our technical support or to our national partner. They will always explain to you how to understand the discounts, the packages, and so on. We have very different packages, from the smallest to the biggest, so you can make use of it, you can choose them. Everyone will find what is of interest for them. Today we see that this offer is only is of interest for many people across the world. Many people like it. More than 200 countries today participate in the project, and the number of participants approaches 300,000 people. This project is really big, really international, and we see that people from different countries in the world support the technology of combined winding Slavyanka. We open national representation offices in many countries. Now there is one in Indonesia, which I want to congratulate on again, and I wish you very productive work in promoting our technology on the Indonesian market. Thanks to this support that the project is getting today, we managed to reach our first aims and goals. I'm speaking about creation of first working capacities, where Dmitry Duyunov's team is working on new electric motors. They compare them with competitors' motors. Today we can launch our proper electric motors in small batches. And all of it is becoming possible thanks to the people that have already invested in the project. I'm speaking about the laboratory, the trial test, foundry, winding area, where there is work every day. It is like a miniature of that innovation center that we are now constructing, where there is preliminary preparation work which will be continued in the innovation center itself. This work is very needed today, because one of the main aims of these first capacities is testing some technologies, and also it is needed to have negotiations with our future clients. Our goal today is to have a queue of clients as soon as the enterprise is really launched. When the Innovation Center Sovelmash will start work, then thanks to all this work, we will start to earn money straight away, and the company will become profitable. There is a lot of parallel work going on, except for developing motors. We are still getting patents, we are working on that, and today increasing of non-material assets and getting patents is not less important than creating material assets. Patents increase the overall evaluation of the company and the share of each investor for all those who have already joined the project.
Конечно же, здесь
As I have already said, the main goal of the project Duyunov's Motors is construction of the Innovation Center Sovelmash.
инновационного центра Соволмаш
And here in this area, work continues and it's constant.
мы будем строиться на территории
Construction of Sovelmash, of the Innovation Center Sovelmash, will not happen in a random place.
места около
We will construct it on the territory of State Special Economic Zone, Technopolis, Moscow.
Москвы для поддержки
It is a place
инновационных проектов,
near Moscow,
в частности,
which was created
с вами проект.
by the government of Moscow
В году мы
to support innovative projects,
особой экономической зоны
including those like ours.
являются самые
And in 2019, we officially became residents of this State Special Economic Zone. Next to us, there are various innovation companies from the whole world that are also working, everyone in their direction, in their area. What does it give us? Why did we want to construct our center on that territory? There are a lot of advantages here. For example, we got a land allotment to construct our center for free from the government,
то, что мы как
which
резиденты особой
allows us to save money, which we would have to spend if we were buying that land. Second thing, we being residents of that special zone may not pay some taxes very legally. It is a measure of support from the government, and this will allow us
считай, больше заработать. Поэтому, конечно же, это
to start our business more easily, and the money that you did not pay as taxes, this is the money that you saved. It's almost the money that you earned. Huge advantage. Another thing is infrastructure that we can use. In this special zone, we are surrounded by railways, roads, electric power lines. We can use all of that, which influences the project very positively. Another thing is attention towards Technopolis Moscow from different entities. A lot of companies analyze that territory, including our competitors, and we will be able to find our potential competitors as well. Technopolis Moscow also collaborates with the leading universities of our country. Thus, we will be able to recruit the best personnel, the best specialists. Only such people will work in our enterprise. After we became residents, there was a lot of work in store for us in the future, and today it is completed. This is preparation work for construction. What did that include? Choice of general contractor that would construct the center, preparation of all the documents for construction, a passport of the facility, different exploration work, archaeological, hydro exploration. And then, when the project was ready, then it was to be approved by different government bodies. We had government testing, control by State Technical Control Agency. Our enterprise was checked for compliance with all laws, with all requirements, all norms. For example, whether we pollute the environment, whether our building is fire-prone, and everything necessary to get permission for construction. We did all that successfully, and right after that we started preparing for construction. The first stage was constructing temporary buildings, the so-called construction little town. It is necessary to do that before constructing the center itself. So they are temporary buildings, washing stations for equipment, temporary roads, checkpoint. All of that was done, and on the 15th of October, when this preparation stage was almost absolutely completed, we got an official permission to construct our enterprise, our innovation center, Sovelmash. I solemnly congratulate you on this news. it means that now we can start the fully fledged construction of our innovation center, which will happen in the very nearest future. In 2020 already, we are planning to do the foundation. In 2021, there will be a main construction work. At the end of 2021, we are planning to start bringing first equipment into the center, and the official start of the enterprise work innovation center Sovelmash is planned to be at the beginning of 2022. Today, now you see a preliminary graph of schedule of construction work. It is written specifically which work will happen when, and it means that the project is transferring into a totally different stage. So we have already started constructing our innovation center. We have got all the permissions, and as of today, we understand clearly that in the nearest future our enterprise will be completed and it will start to bring us first profit. It proves that the project is getting to a new stage. Our project is approaching the finish line, and there are just several months before the enterprise will start bringing first profit to its investors. I want to congratulate on that despite that the stage is in the final stage, still you have a last chance to take part in this investment project and to invest under the conditions which you can find today in your back office. There will be no better conditions for investment in the project. Moreover, the people who today hear this information but do not use it, do not make use of it, I think that they will lose any opportunity to take part in this investment project, because very soon the current project, Duyunov's Motors, will come to an end. Yes, the company Solar Group will promote other projects, and you will still have opportunities to invest in other new projects, but as for this one, the entry will be closed, and all of us soon we will be watching a solemn, grandiose opening of the enterprise Sovelmash that will develop the best, the most efficient motors of a new generation. There are no motors of this kind today. No one is making them. I congratulate all those who have had time to invest. I'm sure it will be one of the best investments in your life, and very soon you will be able to see it for yourself. Very often I am asked, is it worth investing at all? Maybe it's just easier not to think about anything, just to get your salary. I will tell you that of course it's worth investing. I believe in it strongly. Of course, you need to be very careful about investment. You need to look at all of them. There are a lot of possibilities today to improve your financial literacy. There are a lot of areas, a lot of projects where you can invest. You have internet, and today the whole world is open for you. But of course, the market of crowd investing and of... We remember that today it is the most rapidly developing market today, and there are reasons for that. Investment through crowd investing is an accessible thing. It is accessible for everyone. It is relatively easy, because in order to invest you just need a computer and internet, and just 10 minutes later you become an investor after you get registered. It is understandable, it is easy to understand what this project is, what they do, how they are going to earn money, and how you can earn money together with the project. Today we see that there are a lot of people coming to us because people do like it a lot. You too have a possibility to take part in our project.
очень открыты.
Our project today is a leader on the market of crowd investing.
Любой ваш вопрос, даже самый-самый острый,
Moreover, we are very
там
open.
ничего от вас скрывать.
We are absolutely transparent. We are ready to answer all your questions, even the most tricky ones.
Потому что абсолютно
There is nothing that we will hide from you.
мы выкладываем
And you yourself can objectively make a decision whether you are ready to take part in our project or not, because everything that is happening, we put it in the news. We post videos, publications. You can follow us in social networks, in the back office, on the website, and you can see for yourself that if we promise something, if we speak about something, we always fulfill our promises. And the people who have invested today in our project, and I want to remind you, there are tens of thousands of people around the world, no one has regretted starting to cooperate with our project. So, dear friends, join, improve your financial literacy, and if you still have any questions, please ask them in the chat
и мы полностью
or ask your national representative. Remember that we have technical support. You can always write to our specialists and we will consult you thoroughly.
национальное представительство
Dear friends, don't lose this chance. The project is at its final stage.
текущий проект уже практически.
We are opening new national representation offices, and people ask why.
Мы планируем продвигать
The current project is almost completed. Yes, it's true, but the company
и обеспечить
Solar Group is going to continue work. We are going to promote different innovation projects and to support different projects all over the world, and we want to ensure their financing. But if you want to take part in this very investment project, dear friends, you have the very last chance.
пока что. Я говорю всем пока.
You will see me today again. We will answer your questions, so you can continue writing them in the chat. And for now, I am saying goodbye and see you very soon.
Приветствую всех. Меня зовут Шацкий Павел. Я руководитель партнерской сети компании Solar Group. Сегодня я проведу вам презентацию партнерской программы.
Welcome everyone. My name is Pavel Shatsky. I am head of Partners Network of the company Solar Group. Today I will present Partners Program.
По всему миру.
The company Solar Group, via mechanism of collective investing, organizes financing of knowledge-intensive investment projects all over the world. For informational promotion of projects, the company uses International Partners Network. Since 2017, the company has been working successfully on organizing financing for the project Duyunov's Motors. Thanks to the developed Partners Network, citizens from more than 200 countries of the world take an active part in the project. Partners program is a form of business cooperation between the company and partners who do informational promotion of the project. For the company, a partners program is the most effective marketing, as the company does not spend money on checking of advertising hypotheses and only pays commission to partners if there is result. The company provides all the necessary materials and tools for effective work of partners all over the world. Any client who has registered in the personal profile and who has signed a contract, a partner's contract, can become a partner. The company pays a percentage to partners from purchases that clients do if they have been registered using their reference link. The advantage of Partners Program is that it is accessible to everyone, to anyone who wants that, irrespective of their possibilities. Instruments, tools and materials that the company provides allow to work at any time from any place in the world with any public speaking any language. Passive income of a partner is only limited by their desire to earn, and you can easily earn with the company without any investment. It's enough to recommend a great product to a friend who will do a purchase, and thus you will earn your first commission fee. Also, for partners, the company has a career ladder. According to conditions of marketing plan, partners are divided into 5 statuses: partner, specialist, master, expert, and professional. The marketing plan presupposes a multi-level marketing. Depending on the status, financial motivation of a partner goes up. The higher the status, the more the commission is from the depth of the structure. This allows partners to get even more passive income and to be interested in creating effective teams. The status of a partner, the status partner is given straight away after signing partner's contract by a client. A partner with this status has a right to get reference remuneration from 4 levels of the structure. Level 1 15%, level 2 4%, level 3 2%, level 4 1%. In order to get the status of specialist, a partner needs to invest personally not less than $250. In the first level of the structure, there should be at least 2 investors with a volume of personal investment not less than $100, and the overall sum of investment in level 1 of the structure, including personal investment, should be not less than $450. Then a partner will earn 15% from level 1, 5% from level 2, 4% from level 3, 2% from level 4, and 1% from level 5 of the structure. In order for a partner to get the status of master, they need to personally invest in the project not less than $500. In level 1 of the structure, there should be at least 3 investors with a volume of personal investment not less than $200. And the overall volume of investment in level 1 of the structure, including personal investment, should be not less than $2,000. Then a partner will earn 15% from level 1, 7% from level 2, 5% from level 3, 4% from level 4, 3% from level 5, and 1% from level 6 of the structure. For a partner to get the status of expert, they need to personally invest in the project not less than $1,500. In level 1 of the structure, there should be at least 3 partners with the status master, with a volume of personal investment not less than $500, and the overall sum of investment in level 1 of the structure, including personal investment, should be not less than $5,000. Then a partner will earn 15% from level 1, 7% from level 2, 5% from level 3, 3% from level 4, 2% from level 5, 1% from level 6, and 0.5% from levels from 7 to 9. For a partner to get the status of professional, they need to personally invest in the project not less than $5,000. In level 1 of the structure, there should be at least 3 partners with the status expert, and the overall sum of investment in level 1 of the structure, including personal investment, should be not less than $10,000. Then a partner will earn 16% from level 1, 7 from level 2, 5 from level 3, 4 from level 4, 3 from level 5, 1% from level 6, 0.5% from levels from 7 to 9, and 0.3% from level 10 to level 20 of the structure. There are 2 key features of the partners program that are very advantageous. There is no limitation for the number of registration of level 1, and there is no risk of overtaking of the structure, which allows to create many thousand people teams. After realization of the project, reference links and networks will remain to realize other projects of Solar Group. So creating a business with a company now, you are creating it for many years ahead. Now let's get to simple steps to be made in order to start. To become a partner and earn starting from today, you need to get registered in the personal area. You open the documents, you have a look at the partner's contract, and you sign it. After that, you will see all the tools of partners in automatized personal profile, you will find all materials for work, reference links, a statistical system, and analysis of effectiveness of your activity. The company also provides informational and technical support for partners in more than 10 languages. Partners regularly take part in free of charge educational programs from the company in order to improve their qualification. To make it more convenient, personal profile and the site are translated into 21 languages. Now let's look at the functions of the personal profile back office, which is so important for partners. In the subsection marketing plan, you see your current partner status, and you see a table with financial motivation for different statuses. Below, in the same section, there is information about conditions to get partner status. Conditions are quite simple. In most cases, a partner within 3 months of active work gets the status of expert. Depending on qualification achieved, a partner gets a certificate, which is in this section documents, subsection partners contract, tab certificate of a partner. In the same section, there are all legal documents, including partners contract. In the section to partners, in the subsection reference links, in the tab list of links, there are reference links to official sources. Reference links are necessary to identify a client who has been registered in the project. Depending on the link, so the link should lead to a corresponding landing page. In the same section, in the tab Generation of Links, you can create a link with more detailed settings, display of metrics for further analysis of efficiency of marketing of advertising campaigns. In statistics, there are indicators like transfers, registrations, sum of investment of registered clients, a number of partners among them, and sum of reference remuneration. In the section System and Analytics, you can create counters for Facebook Pixel, Google Analytics, and Yandex Metrics. All these tools allow to effectively work for both novices and professionals who promote projects. In subsection Register, there is a registration form, thanks to which a partner can, by himself or herself, enter a client's data and register them in the personal profile. Thus, a client will receive an email address about registration. They will need to activate their profile by using the link in the email. Below, there is a table with statuses of activation and registered people. If a client has not received a letter, then you will be able to send it again by clicking on the right button. In the subsection Make a Present, there is a function of registering clients with the possibility to give them 100 investment shares as a present. They will need to activate their profile by email and get verified within 30 days. If these conditions are met, the gift, 100 investment shares, will be received either by the investor and the partner who has sent this gift. In this section, a list of clients with their statuses is also displayed. In subsection Structure of Clients, there is a full list of registered clients with key indicators such as contact details, sum of purchase, and if there are any overdue payments for packages, presence of partners, whether there are partners and when they were registered. Everything can be filtered by parameters. In the same subsection, in the tab Geography, there is detailed information about the structure in the shape of infographics with citizenship of clients and also the sum of the packages they have bought. In the tab Statistics of the same subsection, there is overall information about the structure, number of registered clients in the first line, sum of paid purchases in the structure, expected payments, and the sum of reference remuneration and the sum of expected remuneration, including installment plans. Seeing these figures, a partner can assess effectiveness of their work and potential. In the tab reference accruals, a partner sees every day and monthly indicators of their income. Is divided into two parts, where in red they see remuneration in for packages that were bought earlier, and in blue what is to come. Thus, income can be analyzed. To withdraw the money and to transfer it into personal account, the tab withdrawal of money. The function allows not only to choose bank details, but also to choose electronic or crypto wallet. Under the form of withdrawal, there is history of requests. In the tab Transactions of the same subsection, a partner gets more detailed information about transactions of the account. In subsection Transfer of money, there is a form thanks to which a partner can transfer money from the main to the partner's account to another client of the company. For a partner to effectively work with clients, to answer their questions, the company has prepared the section Help. In the section about the project, all information about the project Duyunov's Motors is gathered and structured. In the subsection Questions and Answers, there are answers to key questions that clients ask when they get acquainted with the project. This facilitates partners' work. In the subsection Video Guide, there is information about the project in video format, and there are video tutorials to use a personal profile. Back office. Let's get to the section to partners. In subsection Materials for Work, there are all necessary materials to give presentations. In the tab Speaker Kit, there are materials to organize group presentations or webinars in different languages. Let's get to tab Presentation of the project Duyunov's Motors. There are materials for group presentations or webinars on different languages. In the tab Protocols of Testing and Technologies, there are results of different testings of the technology Slavyanka that can be downloaded for further usage. In the tab Promo Materials of Solar Group, there are branded materials of the company, which can be downloaded and reproduced automatically. On a regular basis, the company organizes webinars on different topics in more than 10 languages. The schedule of webinars is displayed in the section Events, in the subsection Webinars. If you or your client needs information about the company, the projects, or answers to questions, everything can be learned at webinars. Apart from webinars, on a regular basis, there are conferences and offline presentations. Additional information about them is displayed in the same section in subsection Meetings. All the most relevant information, all the news, are in the section News. They are divided into subsections about project Duyunov's Motors and subsection News about the company Solar Group. The news are translated into more than 20 languages. You can also share a link to a piece of news or an event from the personal account, personal profile. Then it is necessary to do it in a corresponding section. Activity of the partner influences the result. Usually partners use social networks to promote the project. Also, partners use official channels, chats and messages to get official information from about the project and to speak to like-minded people. On the main page of the personal profile, there are links to official social networks and channels and messengers. Subscribe and learn the most topical information. As Nathan Rothschild said, who has information possesses the world. We have also created a Partners Club which unites the strongest partners. They earn good money and they are ready to teach others that. There are 4 pillars there: a strong environment, successful partners. If there are 5 billionaires among people who surround you, most probably you will become the 6th one. Additional financial motivation. Members of Partners Club earn more than partners. For that, we have created 3 types of additional motivation. Education is the strongest and the most effective investment that can be. We have developed an educational program for partners, masterminds with members of the club, professional online workshops, excursions to corporations. Club traveling. This is like glue. Emotions that have been lived together allows to create relations which will become friendship and which will form surroundings. Conditions of memberships are very easy. You need to have master, expert, or professional status. Every month you need to earn at least $1,000 for masters, $2,500 for experts, and $5,000 for professionals. Every month you need to invest not less than 10% of what you have earned from the partners program, depending on your status. Membership in the club is given for 3 months. In order to automatically prolong membership for the next quarter, you need to monthly confirm your qualification, monthly income, and monthly personal investment. In your surroundings, there will be our strongest partners, mentors of the club, national representatives. You will be able to ask them questions directly, take part in masterminds with them, travel with them, and just be friends with them. We have prepared 3 financial motivations for members of Partners Club. Additional motivation in form of 2% for the first partner statuses, one-time motivation, and additional motivation in form of 2%. Educational program, online masterminds with mentors of Partners Club with translation into languages of members in real time. Once a month we set agenda and one of the mentors shares their experience in the context of the meeting. Every member of the club in advance asks their questions, and they can also explain their situation at the online meeting. Then we make a checklist or other materials that resume the meeting in the language of club members, and we give everyone access to them. Online workshops, professional, how to work with social networks, how to create digital content to form a network, how to make promo materials. We do it at online meetings, and everyone leaves with a result individualized for everyone. Interviews with the strongest and the most effective members of the club. Partners Club. Anyone can start a hero, and our public will get to know you. And this is more than 300,000 clients all over the world, not including just our audience on our YouTube channel. Excursions to corporations. Unfortunately, under conditions of pandemic, now this part is not available, but we will realize this very interesting educational aspect when it becomes possible. Club traveling. Just remember how many friends you have out of those you have met in networking, business meetings. Put on a piece of paper their number or write it in the chat. And then remember how many friends you know out of those you have gone mountain climbing with, trekking with, those you have been hiding in caves from rain with, those you have done parachuting with. Write it down on a piece of paper or write it in the chat. I'm sure that the second number is much bigger than the first one. Emotions that have been lived through together make people closer, and such acquaintances can turn into a many-year friendship. And if we take into account who will be next to you in your adventures, the strongest partners of the company that earn 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 on Partners program. Just imagine what a strong surrounding you will have and what friends you will have. Friends, you have an opportunity to earn right now. Become a member of Partners Club and get privileges that are only accessible to the strongest. Strong surroundings, additional financial motivation, bigger income, educational programs. the best investment in yourself. Club traveling, opportunity to get not just acquaintances but also new contacts and real friends. See you in a partners club. You will achieve the best. And then we have prepared our conference. To conclude, we have prepared several promotional actions for citizens of Indonesia. 10% discount is given to those who have registered for the conference, and this discount also applies to the first payment in receiving the first investment package. Discount can be activated using a personal promotional code that you have received after a registration for the event on your email. 10% discount is given to those who have bought investment packages within 3 calendar days, including the date of conference. Everyone who will not have time to use this 10% discount within 3 days will have an opportunity to buy a new investment package with a discount of 5% until the 14th December, including the 14th. Another promotional action for investors, 3 days of bonuses. According to it, participants of the conference will get as a present investment shares if they buy a package on the day of conference and 3 days after. If they buy a package on the 14th of December, an investor will get 250 shares. On the 15th of December, it will be 150. On the 16th of December, it will be 100 investment shares as a present on their account. Of course, the strongest promotional action is the promotional action minus 2 stages. For Indonesia citizens, the price of package will correspond to the one which was 2 stages ago. This action is in force until the 14th of December. Invest in a profitable way and earn together with us. And now we will speak about another competition, and Pavel Filipov will answer your questions. See you very soon.
эфире, да? Друзья, всем привет.
Dear friends, good afternoon. Hello again. We are getting to our Q&A session. You have just seen winners on the screen. They all won packages $100 each.
Ну, напоследок перевод. А я не слышу переводчик. Переводит? Должен ли слышать его? Алексей, скажи мне, я должен переводчик слышать? Добрый день. Переводчик должен перейти в комнату Google Meet и перевести ответ нашего гостя.
Selamat siang teman-teman terhormat. Sebentar kami
Вы сейчас, Наталья, вы говорите сейчас Google Meet.
Да, я говорю.
Вам нужно перейти в Zoom.
Да, я в Zoom только что сказала, уже на индонезийском.
Алексей, пускай все зайдут в Zoom, и в Zoom.
Questions and answers. I'm listening and I'm going to answer them. The first question is, how profitable is it and how safe is it to invest in the project? The answer is, despite the fact that today the project is on the finishing line, the investment conditions are still very lucrative, very attractive.
Вы говорите, чтобы я вас слышал, иначе я не буду понимать, когда мне продолжать говорить. Вы не отключайте звук. Потому что переводить, ну, это я говорю, поэтому нужен всем без звука.
Я когда закончу, буду вам говорить.
Да, говорите, что я продолжал. Сейчас мы выходим на финальную.
We are now reaching the final stage of construction, which means that all the main risks have already been overcome in the project, and we are on investment stage number 14. Investment stage 14 is still very attractive for investment. You can read the conditions in the personal area, in the back office, and remember that we are soon getting to stage 15 of the project. Thanks to the fact that we have gone through all the risks, today's time for investment is really optimal because the conditions that you can see in the back office, in the personal area, can allow you to earn good dividends and good profit. I'm ready for the next question. How are the investments in the project protected from the legal viewpoint? We have quite a strong legal framework, and you can find all the legal documents in the back office in the section Documents. Each investor gets an investment contract, appendices for the contract, and a certificate where it is stated how many investment shares belong to you exactly. Documents can be obtained either electronically or just by mail, by physical post, to get them there where you live. I want to draw your attention to the fact that our legal framework allows to attract money legally all over the world, and at the same time, investors can be calm and know that nothing will happen to their investment. I'm ready for the next question. When will investors get their first dividends? As it is planned by the company, in 2022, the Innovation Center Sovelmash is going to start work, and in 2023 already investors will get their first dividends. Once again, in 2022, the enterprise will start working, and in 2023, investors will get their first dividends. Okay, the next question is, what are the conditions of cooperation with the company? With Solar Group, right. Now, Solar Group, you can cooperate with this company in several areas. They are investment. Number 2 is earning on partner program. And the third one is selling products that contain combined windings, that have combined windings. As for the area of investment, today we offer our investment project Duyunov's Motors, where the engineer Dmitry Duyunov is developing the most effective electric motors in the world. And you can take part in it today and become co-owners of the Innovation Center Sovelmash. The second area is ability to earn on partner program. Today we offer business together with the company Solar Group that Pavel Shatsky has been talking about. Each person has an opportunity to make this area their main income, gain good money, and make this world better by promoting our investment projects. And the third area, as I have already said, is selling electric motors with combined windings. For that, you need to contact our partner Viktor Aristov, and he will tell you about how you can work with him as dealers.
Dan arah yang ketiga itu jualan motor gulungan lampungan, dan untuk berpartisipasi kerjasama di bidang itu Anda harus menghubungi mitra kami, Bapak Victor, dan dia akan memberitahu bagaimana berpartisipasi dalam proyek itu, dalam bentuk jualan.
As of today, there are 3 main areas. We are now preparing a lot of interesting new things for you. So please follow the news to be the first ones to learn about all these novelties.
Следующий вопрос.
I'm ready for the next question.
Когда компания Sovel начнет работать?
When will the company Sovelmash start working?
Как вы знаете, сейчас мы на начале основных
As you
строительных
know,
работ.
we are now at the beginning of the main construction work, and by our plan, this year already we are planning to build the foundation of our innovation center, of our enterprise.
год
2021
когда пройдут
will
основные
be the year when the main construction work will be completed.
2021 года.
And at the end of 2021, we are planning to bring the first equipment to the enterprise.
Начало 2022
At the beginning of 2022,
всё основное оборудование
all the main equipment will be brought on the premises of the enterprise. And in the first half of 2022, we are planning to launch
предприятие Sovelmash,
the
которое будет
enterprise Sovelmash that will be developing and designing electric motors with the technology of combined windings Slavyanka.
Поэтому мы и говорим, что проект
That is why we're saying that the project is at its final stage, because
фактически считанные месяцы.
actually there are just some months before launching the enterprise, but still, despite that, you have an opportunity to take part in the project and become co-owners of this enterprise, of this company.
Можно следующий вопрос.
I'm ready for the next question. What to do if there is no money to buy an investment package? If I don't have the money to buy an investment package, I know that sometimes there are situations when either you don't have money at all or you don't have the money to buy the investment package that you want to buy. There are two solutions here, two possible solutions. The first one, remember that any investment package can be bought with an installment plan. And the second thing, remember that we have our partner program where you can earn the first money being active, and then you can invest the money you have earned in the project. Next question, please. When will the internal exchange open? It's a very frequent question that everyone asks. Usually we say that the internal exchange will be opened after the end of financing, and most probably it will be the case. According to our plan, it will happen in 2021. Very soon. Very soon the internal exchange will already be launched. I want to emphasize that both from the legal and the technical viewpoints, the exchange is ready. So do not worry about not our being able to make it. We will launch it. So wait for that to happen. Next question, please. How will the dividends be accrued? Through a bank account or through a personal account in Solar Group? All current investors will be direct owners of the shares of Sovelmash. This means that they will get dividends directly from the company Sovelmash, just exactly the way they would receive dividends from any other company. We understand that some people may not have the opportunity to directly buy Sovelmash shares, or there may be some other legal restrictions. That is why for such investors we also provide an opportunity. They will remain in the back office of Solar Group and they will receive their dividends via Solar Group. So both options are possible. I'm ready to take the next question. What to do? What to do if a minor, if a person of underage wants to buy shares? Somebody who is under 18. As I know, in the back office, you can now put information about your children. But as for minors, as for people under age, either it has already been launched or it will be launched very soon because we are working on that right now. To get precise information on that, you can write straight away to our technical support in the back office in the personal area, and a specialist will answer this question online straight away. Next question, please. After investment in the project is completed, what will be done? The question is not very clear. What will the company be doing? What Solar Group will be doing, right? What are the plans? What are your plans? The company Solar Group has very ambitious, big-scale plans, and I would need several hours to speak about all of them, but I will try to be brief. One of the main missions of Solar Group company is supporting and investing in innovation projects and technologies which can change people's lives and which can change our planet's status and state for the better and improve ecology and the world we're living in. That is why one of the main tasks will be further search for and selection of new innovative projects that we will support. And of course, it means that each of you can take part in them, invest into them, and not only help new technologies to see the world, to see the future, but also to earn on that. That is why, right after completion of investing of the current project, we will start financing a new project, and we will inform you of that. I want to draw your attention to the fact that all partners who are working with Solar Group, your structure will be preserved in the new project, and you will be able to continue working in the same teams and promote future projects within the same structures. The next question, please. When will stage 14 end, and when will the transfer to stage 15 take place? Will there be any intermediate stage between them? It's still a secret. It hasn't been announced yet. As for the date of change of investment stage, I can just say that this will happen before New Year, very soon. And we will have a separate announcement about that within 1 or 2 weeks. So please follow the news. The next question, please. At which stage is now construction of Sovelmash? As you know, all the last 6 months we have been preparing for construction. We have been carrying out preparation work. On the 15th of October already, we got an official permission to construct our innovation center, Sovelmash. And I want to congratulate all the investors and partners with that. Actually, construction started in the summer because we began to construct the so-called building area. It is an area necessary for construction itself. But now, as we have the official permission for construction, we get to making the foundation. As I have already said, this will happen this year.
Summer ini, musim panas ini, kami mulai membangun semacam kota untuk pembangunan. Dan sekarang kami sudah mempunyai seperti kami sudah disetujui, proyek kami sudah disetujui tanggal 15 secara resmi. Jadi pada tahun ini kami sudah akan mengimplementasikan seperti tahap fondasi.
I'm ready for the next question, please. How many projects can Sovelmash complete within 1 year? As of today, this figure fluctuates from 1 to 3 developments per year. This will depend on complexity and cost of each particular order. I want to say that, of course, complexity influences the price, and if an average development of such a motor costs $50 million, then for Sovelmash it will not be critical to have 3 developments, 50 million each, or 1 development, but which will cost $150 million. This is approximately the range of numbers we will be working in. I'm ready for the next question, please. How much money will we get when investing into Solar Group? Into Solar Group. When investing into Solar Group. Here, everything depends on several factors that we will go through right now. First of all, of course, your income depends on the sum that you are ready to invest into the project. And it also depends on which investment stage you are doing that. If you invest $1,000 now at stage 14 of investment, it will be much more profitable than to do the same thing at stage 15. Speaking of specific numbers, of course, it's not possible to give any concrete numbers. We can just say that this profit can be in the range from 10 to 1,000 times. It can be from 10 to 1,000 times bigger than the sum you have invested, because investment in such projects at initial stages, of course, it's risky, but at the same time, they're considered to be the most profitable ones. Also, remember that you can earn with Solar Group not only by investing, but also by working within partner program. We have partners that earn several $1,000s a month within partner program. There are also such people in Indonesia. It allows them to earn well, to do what they love doing, and not to depend on whatever job. They can just work for themselves. They can be self-employed. Of course, they can invest some of this money, which they also do. Today, business with Solar Group is twice as relevant because almost all of us are now at home due to lockdown and other restrictive measures, and working with Solar Group, you can work from home just using internet, which is today particularly relevant. I'm ready for the next question, please. Why are the shares not yet on the market? If I have understood the question correctly, then I will give the following answer. Today, we are not selling any shares. We are selling. We are not selling stock. We are selling what is called investment shares, a little part that you have in this investment project. And at the end of financing, these shares, these little parts of that investment project, will be exchanged for stock. So we are not selling any real stock now. I want to say that this is correct from the viewpoint of legal scheme, legal framework of crowd investing, and most projects are now working and being operated by this scheme, by this model. I'm ready for the next question. Is there a chance that shares, that real shares will be sold before stage 20 of the project? I don't really get it. Will there be 20 stages? Will there necessarily be 20 stages? We have planned 20 stages. However, we can have fewer of them. For example, because we can get from stage 15 to stage 18 and then directly from stage 18 to stage 20. This is why it is not necessary that we will have all the remaining 5 stages. Next question, please. Can I give my promotion code to my spouse, to my husband, to my relatives, to my family? Yes, you can give your promotion code to other people, and I recommend partners to do it if you can, because it's a great chance to attract new participants into the project. For those who do not know, a promotional code is the code that you got when you were registering for this event. You can enter this promo code when you buy a new investment package, and you can get very pleasant discounts and bonuses. Also, please remember that we have other promotional actions that we have been speaking about many times. They will help you make your investment the most profitable possible. I want to draw your attention that if you haven't had the time to register for this event, but now you're watching this broadcast, you can find Google form. It's below the broadcast, below the video, and you can leave your data and get your promotional code. You can also find these links in our chats. Just look for them and you will find them. Next question, please.
Если я приобрел пакет в рассрочку,
If I have bought a package by installment plan, but I have not managed to pay all of it, will I lose my money?
Что касается рассрочек,
As for
если
installment
вы
plans,
оплачиваете ежемесячные платежи,
if you have monthly payments, but 1 month you have stopped paying your installment plan, then the investment parts you have already paid for, they remain with you forever, so you will not lose your money.
при этом для того, чтобы у вас все же была мотивация
For you to be motivated to finish paying off your installment plan to the end, pay attention to the fact that when your last payment is paid in your installment plan, you get the biggest part of investment parts. This is why it is more profitable to pay to the end in order to get the best conditions for investment.
Хочу также обратить внимание,
I also want to emphasize that now there is a special offer in force, according to which you can restore any installment plan that has been cancelled, irrespective of when it was cancelled.
для этого чтобы восстановить свою
In order to restore your installment plan on privileged conditions, under privileged conditions,
преград,
there are no
нужно
obstacles.
оплатить
You can just
месяц
you should just pay 1 month in the cancelled installment plan and it will be restored. If you have questions about how you can do it exactly, then please ask the technical support in the back office, in the personal area. I want to draw your attention that you will have this chance until the end of stage 14, and most probably it will not be repeated again within the project. Next question, please.
последний вопрос от инвесторов.
The last question from investors. Do you have any ideas, any image of what segment, what market the company will reach, which exchange, which stock exchange, which sector, where will the company find itself at the end? As for the stock exchange, if you are speaking about not internal exchange but the real stock exchange Savalmash will have its shares on, very probably it will be either Moscow Stock Exchange or London Stock Exchange. We need to understand that this choice is not made randomly by accident. The company Sovelmash can be assessed differently in different stock exchanges. We will be on the stock exchange where the overall evaluation of the company Sovelmash will be the highest, which means that the price of each investment part of each investor will be the highest. We will make an announcement of the stock exchange after launch of Innovation Center and after the company is assessed by each stock exchange which is of interest to us. That is my answer to this question. Okay, dear friends, as far as I understand, they are all the questions that you have asked. There were quite many of them, and I'm happy that you are so active. And your questions show that you have been watching this broadcast actively. I congratulate you on opening of the National Representation Office in Indonesia, and I'm sure that it will be the beginning of our long and fruitful collaboration. I congratulate Laura on being nominated national partner, and I'm sure that she will cope with this work perfectly well. I really hope that in the nearest future we will be able to come to Indonesia in person to organize a big conference where we'll be able to talk to you, to answer your questions, and to meet you in person. And to conclude, I want to say a couple more words. The project is indeed getting to its final stage, and we can say that you are really lucky that you are now watching this broadcast and that you still have an opportunity to take part in our project. Now we are beginning the construction of our enterprise, and very soon it will be launched and it will start to bring first dividends to those who have joined the project. If you become an investor, then you will not just be co-owner of an innovation enterprise, but you will also help promote the technology of combined windings, which today, under our eyes, is changing this world for the better. Also remember that so today you have an opportunity to invest under the conditions of stage 14, and also you being part of this event, you have a big number of other bonuses and special offers that are only available to you, and all of this within very limited time. Please draw your attention to that. That is why invest now in order to get the best investment conditions in time. And believe me, people who have not been here at this broadcast will be jealous of you at some time in the future. And of course, don't forget that cooperation with a Solar Group company can be carried out within partner program. Build your business together with us. It will be a long and reliable collaboration that will be profitable for both parties.
Ну что, я надеюсь, что данная трансляция
I hope that
понравилась.
you have liked this broadcast. This is our first experience of opening a national representation in the online format. And if everything is fine, is successful, then maybe in your country where there is no national representation yet, maybe you're not watching us from Indonesia, but from somewhere else. So it's very likely that such a conference will take place in your country then.
Да, всё.
В конце у меня будет к вам только одна просьба.
I only have one request to you at the end. Please be active. Please like this translation, this broadcast. Send the link to this conference to your friends, to your colleagues. It will be accessible in the recorded version, and they will be able to watch all the useful information that we prepared for you today.
Помните, что мы — это большое сообщество.
Remember that we are a big community,
Зависит успех
and success
того, чем мы
of
занимаемся.
what we are doing depends on each of you. Please be active.
Рассказывайте о проекте своим друзьям.
Speak about the project to your friends.
Сегодня всё.
And that is it for today.
Желаю, друзья, вам здоровья.
I wish you health in this uneasy time. And of course, I wish you profitable investment. And the company Solver Group is working for your investment to be profitable.
Всем, друзья, всего доброго.
All the best to all of you, and hopefully see you very soon. Very much, everyone.
Все.